Welcome to Dark Souls 3. I am going to be showing you how to get through Cemetery of Ash and Firelink Shrine. Honestly, there's not really anything hard about Firelink Shrine, it's just the starting area. One of the starting areas, it's kind of like the central hub. So, let's get started.
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to skip that because that's the only line that you really need to hear. You can listen to it if you would like. What shall we name thy character? The King. That sounds cool. No. Knight. Huh, oops. You can do all your... You can do all this stuff on your own. You can pick all your stuff. You can pick whatever you want. I usually go mill, mature, and then... So for class, typically, when you're just starting out, you would want to start with Knight or Warrior. I personally started out with a Warrior class. It made the game very easy to get through. You start off with a very good weapon, the battle axe, and a pretty decent shield. The Knight, you start off with a pretty good sword and a shield that will be very helpful against this first boss if you know how to parry him. This is also a good class. Stealth Sword Twin Blades is the starting weapon, which is possibly one of the best dex-oriented weapons in the game. Then Herald. I have not played with the Herald yet, so I couldn't really say, but I think that's the Silver Kite Eagle Shield, or the Kite Shield, which is a very good shield actually. Thief, as you can see, he's only gets a little dagger and a bow and a shield. I would not recommend this for beginner players. Assassin. This is more for speedrunner people who want to speedrun the game. You should select this character because he has a spell called Spook that can be used for glitches. I don't actually know the glitches, but you can look them up if you want to. Sorcerer, he casts spells, pretty standard. Pyromancer, they use pyromancies. Cleric, yeah, does miracles, heals lightning. And then Deprived. Hi. I am going to pick Knight. Burial Gift. The only good one really is the Sovereignless Soul. It allows us to get to have more health, kind of. It allows us to have more souls at the beginning of the game, so then we can spend them to level up more. And then you can customize your character however you want. I'm just gonna pick... Sure, why not? You will work. And let's begin. So I'm not that good at this game and I've been up all night, so this will be rather difficult for me. Don't judge me. I mean, I can get to the beginning portion pretty easily. Watch, I died to the first enemy for some reason. Okay. So these little things on the ground will kind of tell you how to play the controls, basically like this. Well, just like any game really. Right analog stick is for camera, left is for moving around. So your light attack, which will be your best friend probably, is your R1, which is a regular attack. And then I believe it's this one. This one is a strong attack. So these don't really, you can hit them, but they take a while to, like, if you were to hit this, it would do the same amount as a regular light attack, but if you charge it up, it will do a lot more. But you really can only do that against bosses that are slow, and yeah. And then to lock onto target, you press in on your right analog stick. So like that, then light attack. Congratulations, you have just killed your first enemy. So to press, so when you're fighting in this game, rolling in this game will be your best friend. So you get iframes whenever you roll, so then you don't take damage. Here, I can show you with this enemy right here. He'll run after me, he'll try to attack me, and I can run or roll right past him and I won't take any damage. Pretty simple. So rolling will, a lot of people will think that when you roll, like in the middle of your roll and something swings at you, you might think, oh, that's going to hit me, I won't be able to dodge it. You actually get iframes whenever you roll, so then you don't take damage whenever you do roll. So, remember that. Then this is called there's two types of critical attacks in this game. This is the first one is called a backstab. And the other one is called a riposte, but I will show you that one later whenever I fight the first boss. So we're gonna go over there in a second, don't worry. And that flask that we just picked up is to replenish the blue bar up in your top left. So unlike other Souls games, this one has a mana pool or bar, which is the blue bar. Whenever you use spells, that will be consumed, and once it hits 0, you can't use any more spells. The red is your health, and the green is your stamina. So before we go back there, we are actually going to get an item that will allow us to get more souls to, get more souls from the... Back there is kind of like the, it's kind of like a mini-boss, but not really. If it's your first time playing this game, you can consider it to be a mini-boss. So kill this guy, come down here, kill these guys. Oops. Now this first boss, it can be a little tricky to fight him your first time. But like I said, if you know how to parry this guy, he can be pretty easy. So over here, don't drop down here yet because there's an item right there and that. So to get that, as it says right here, while you are running, as in like you hold circle to run as you're moving around. As you're running, you press in on your left analog stick and you will jump like that. So we are going to run, jump from here, and land on that coffin. Pick up the item, That was called the Titanite shard, as you could see. What that basically does is it allows you to upgrade your weapons to where they do more damage. I also forgot, this is another, you could technically call this a critical attack, because it does more damage than a regular attack or a charged. I don't know if actually it does more than a charged R2. But anyways, you drop down, you press R1, your light attack, and you do a plunging attack. And it, well, against this enemy, it will one-shot them. I pressed, oops. Simple as that. We're gonna kill this guy. And right in there is the boss, and this is the boss room. That little figure right there, he is the boss. But if this is your first time fighting him, I will help you. I will try to make it as easy as possible for you by showing you an item, a couple items that will help you. Really. So, you come around here, kill that guy like I just did, but try not to take damage because honestly that was embarrassing. Kill this guy. Oh, that's weird, you fell down. You stop it. Okay, so there's a spear guy. We're gonna approach this on the other side. So, like I just mentioned, the plunging attack, you can run over here. See that archer that just fired at me? I am going to plunging attack him. So now I am behind him, and now, so that he's not firing at me while I'm trying to fight this guy. This is a parry, not exactly. I'll try and show you. Okay, never mind. He just decided to die. I will show you what a parry is against this boss. Okay. So, since it was kind of embarrassing that I did take damage, I'm going to go rest at the bonfire. And so the yellow Estus flask gives you health. It allows you to heal. And to heal, you press square to use your item like that, or any item. You press down on the D-pad to shift between your items. You press right on the D-pad to switch out your weapon, left to switch out shield or weapon, whatever you're using, and then the one right there, when you press up on the D-pad, that's where you switch your spells. Whenever you rest at a bonfire, you will regain your Estus back along with your Ashen's Estus flask, which, like I said before, fills your mana back up. Alright, now to take on this first boss. So, like I said before, this boss his first stage is pretty easy if you know how to parry him. But let's say you don't know how to parry him and you just fight him. This is kind of if you can't beat him, it's kind of a get good. This is kind of like a get good fight. This is your first, fight in Dark Souls. So, once you get him to a second phase, you want to have these equipped right now, because this boss these fire bombs will destroy this first boss. So, I would use them, but I know how to fight this boss. Actually, you know what? I'll show an example. So, make it all the way over here. Make sure you have your fire bombs equipped. So, the boss won't activate right away when you enter the boss arena. You actually have to pull out this sword, which will be used to, if you've played other Souls games, this sword allows you to teleport or warp between bonfires. So, pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Whenever you remove this sword, you will start the fight will start. Now, you see that thing that's growing out of his back? That is called the Abyss, which, like I said, during the second phase of this fight, that will explode out of his back. And whenever that comes out, you can basically just stand back and lock onto him by pressing it on your analog stick and just chuck fire bombs at him. And usually he will die pretty easily. If not, you might just have to smack him a couple times. A good strategy for whenever he does go into his second form is stay behind him. And yeah. So like I said before, this boss is parryable. It's hard to explain because I kind of just figured it out on my own. So yeah, let's do this fight. So you can attack him right away really quick to get some early damage in. And then you fight him. That's not good. I'm already embarrassing myself. There you go. See, so that's a parry, and this is that other critical attack called a riposte. That should not have parried. Okay. And now he should be going into a second form? Yeah. So as I said, that thing will explode out of his back. And now he can basically just stand back and throw fire bombs, and these will destroy him. Ow. You can still just do what I was doing, stay back, chuck fire bombs at him. But I'm just gonna run up and kill him real quick. And if you somehow did all that, what I just did, congratulations, you have now beat your first boss. And I should also probably tell you this, that if you do use your fire bombs and you do fail against this boss, you will not, when you respawn back at the bonfire over there, you will not get your fire bombs back. So it will make the fight significantly harder, especially if it's your first time playing, when you don't have fire bombs. I'm not saying it's impossible. As you could just see, I fought this boss so many times that I can basically just destroy him. So here's a parry on a regular enemy. Or not. There we go. And that is the other critical attack that I was talking about, as I just used on Induix Gundyr. And that critical attack is called a riposte. So we're gonna run over here. So as of now, we are technically done with the Cemetery of Ash. Next, just walk up here, kill this guy, kill his buddy, try to dodge the arrow. I somehow did. Kill the archer, and then kill his friend behind him. Don't heal, no, stop it. Okay. Now, if you want to, actually, you know what, no, I'm not even going to suggest that. First, we will go inside and rest at So that sword that you pulled out of Gundyr, you will place it in here, and you are now in Firelink Shrine. So if you want to heal, I mean you can, but you don't really need to. You can rest at the bonfire real quick and get back up. So this person right here is who you talk to level up. Over here, this handmaiden, I think her name's a handmaiden. Yeah, handmaiden. Okay. So you bring her, as she just, I just skipped through the entire dialogue, but basically bring her ashes of people, and you can basically buy stuff from her, and you can buy some pretty good items from her. This guy over here is our Lord and Savior, Andre. He is who to talk to level up your weapons. So that Titanite shard that I got before, this is where you would go once you have enough to upgrade your weapon. And then we will be filling all these rooms up later with all the NPCs that you can trade. For over here is for like magic and spells and stuff. Over here, well, someone's down there for spells and magic. There's going to be a guy right there with another shop. Oops, I fell. And I'll just explain all that later once we get there. Okay, so I'm actually going to suggest that you talk to the handmaiden and then you purchase prism stones and actually, yeah, just prism stones. So now this is kind of a what should I call it? A way to get good stuff early. So you run up here, and then there's a fun little trick. It does take quite a few tries if you don't know what you're doing, but basically you run at that tree, you jump, and you go onto that ledge. It is kind of hard to do, so I might have to, as you can see, it'll take me a couple tries. It might make it easier if you take off your armor so you can get a farther jump also. So run up the tree and oh, that was so close. I swear if this takes me like an hour, that would be hilarious. I'm so used to this. But I can, or if it makes it easier, you can come to this side and just do that. Okay. So basically what it does is it pushes you up a little bit, and right when it pushes you up, you have to jump and you go onto the ledge. See how I slid back down and jumped? That's kind of, the timing's a little hard, but no. I almost had it. Alright. This is embarrassing. And I'm shimming this too? Oh my god. Okay. That was dumb. I swear, guys, I'm experienced. Even me, as I said, it's a pretty hard jump to make for beginners. So, and I'm not a beginner, and I'm still kind of struggling. I'm struggling with this. Which is surprising because I can usually get it pretty easily. No. Oops. We could always come back later, but there's an item over here that will help you get more souls, so then you can level up better and faster throughout earlier in this game. I swear you can do this because I have done it so many times. Okay, game. I'm just gonna shut up real quick, and there we go. See, told you. Okay. Now if you want to put on your armor again, pick up the item, 3 homeward bones, and then run over here. There is a room right there, but we will be going in there in just a second. We shall run over here, slip right here. We will be fighting him in a little bit. Ignore him for now. Actually, I will unequip these. So, kill this thing. So this thing is called the Crystal Lizard. It drops more. It drops stuff to upgrade items, more like boss weapons. It's used to used to upgrade boss weapons basically. Okay. So Now we will go inside here. And be very careful not to fall, or you will have to make that jump again. And talk to the most annoying thing in the game, the pickly birds. Ignore them, run over here, grab the Estus shard. That is, you can turn that into Andre, and he will give you another Estus flask, which will be used for you to have more heals. Shut up, super birds. So, the reason why you want to come up here to these guys is you drop, if you leave them a firebomb, a prism stone, and a homeward bone, they will give you a couple items. And you can trade more items to them. I don't know all the stuff that you can trade to them, but they can give you some pretty good stuff for right away. Then right here, if you didn't know about Dark Souls, there are illusions for walls, and this is your first one. You hit it and it disappears. Walk across here, roll down here, open the chest, and this is the ring that I was talking about that gives you more souls right away. And put this on so then you start getting more souls. So as it says, fallen foes yield more souls. I forget how much. Hold on. A silver ring. Okay, it doesn't say. But equip this and you will gain more souls right away. Then roll down here, and then we're back in here. So drop down here if you want to. You can heal up at the bonfire. And we will level up with her in a second. Run all the way over here to Andre and reinforce that Estus flask. So talk to Andre, and since you got that Estus shard, you can reinforce it. So now you will now have 4 Estus flasks. And so right now, if you picked Knight or any class, the Knight or Warrior class, basically a class that doesn't use magic right now, I suggest going to Allot Estus and making it to where you have no Ashen Estus flasks, so then you have more heals. So now instead of 3 Estus flasks, like we got at the beginning of the game, we would now have 5. And I'm pretty sure that it goes up to 15. So now we will talk to her, and we will level up. I highly recommend for new players to level this up to get to 20, so then you can have more health, so then you can survive a little bit better. Oh yeah, and so remember the item that the burial gift that we said for at the beginning of the game. You will use this now, and it will give you 2,000 souls, which will allow you to level up. And do that with all your souls right now, why not? So just spend them all now, and we can start gathering all the souls we can. Now talk to the Firekeeper and level up as much as you can. I'm gonna get my vigor to 20, so as you can see, now my health is much higher compared to before. You can talk to this guy, he's kind of a jerk, but it does help you with quite a few bosses. So now we are going to fight that guy that I told you guys about before. So you run over here, run up here, go ahead, grab the east-west shield, probably the worst shield in the game. You were not supposed to do that. Okay. Actually, first, before we go fight everyone calls him Mr. Uchigatana because of the sword that he uses. Grab the ember, run over here, and grab this, and right over here there should be a dog. You should just be able to do a plunging attack on it, or not. Okay. Usually you can get a plunging attack on them, otherwise it's pretty easy to kill, as you could just see. Oh, I should probably explain what embers do. So embers basically if you look up at my health and my health, mana, and stamina, the thing to the left of it, that, see how it's all like fiery and cracked and whatever? That means I am embered or kindled, which allows me to have more health. I can hit harder and a couple of other things, but I forget. So embers basically allow you to be in that form. So we are going to go fight Mr. Uchigatana now, and that will probably be it for this episode. Now this guy is pretty difficult, and especially since I've apparently not been playing that good right now, he might kill me. So there is a way to cheese him. You can knock him off the edge if you want. Actually, I might just do that. Nope, never mind. Okay, you can also parry him, so apparently not though. Well, you can. I just am not playing that good right now. That's not good. I kind of want to parry you though. Okay. He's not being very nice, or I'm just not being very good right now. That should have parried. And that's why that sword that he's using is the Uchigatana, and it is a very good dex weapon. I am probably going to go with a dex build for this game, so... Ooh, that was close. Actually. He can also parry you if he wanted to. Otherwise, you can just spam him with R1s. He's not a human, so he won't get pissed off at you for just R1 spamming. Come here. Ugh, this is annoying. Can I backstab you?
Well, onto the topic
I swear if he kills me. You know what? I'm gonna knock you off the edge. Come here. Come here. And the reason why I'm killing him is because, well, for one, he can help you on the second boss, and two, that sword that he has, if you kill him, he does drop it. So. This is taking too long. Ow. Don't. Ow. Ow. It will be hilarious if he kills me. Honestly, I don't really care. Come on. There we go. Alright, cool. Killed him. Once you kill him, he drops Uchigatana, Master's Attire, and the Master's Attire. I am surprised I survived that, actually. So now I will go back to down rest of the bonfire, and from killing him, he also gives you quite a bit of souls. And the reason why I told you to go get that ring is because whenever you kill him, he gives you more souls. So, rest of the bonfire again, talk to the firekeeper, she will level you up more. Gotta get that 20 health. And now, one thing before I end the episode, we are going to go down that little pathway that I skipped at the beginning. So, now let's teleport there. This is a good time to learn that you can teleport in this game, or travel. We will be covering this area next. So we will be going to Cemetery of Ash. Back to the very beginning. To that bonfire before the first boss. Got my coffee.
Alright, then I gotta spin the wheel for the rest and
Alright, so you go right down here. Another reason why I said to go grab that ring is so then the mini boss drops quite a bit of souls, so with this ring on, it drops a lot more. Like I think it's like it drops like 500, maybe 600 more souls just for killing this boss with the ring on. So we're gonna run over here, and I recommend just two-handing your weapon because the shield will not really help you in this. Actually, is this a 100 physical? Whoops. Is this a 100 physical shield? Oh, it might actually help you. So, since this shield is 100% physical resistance, it means that you can take a shot and you won't take any damage. Alright, so there's the mini boss. It's called a crystal beast. Also, and it drops items so then for you to upgrade weapons, like I've been saying. It can be difficult, kind of, but honestly, if you stagger him like this, you can get a riposte on him. Okay, or not. Like I said before, if you know how rolls work in this game, like you get iframes and you can basically survive anything by just rolling through it, you'll be fine. Whenever he attacks, just roll through it, as you can see me doing. And he's dead. And he drops a Titanite scale. That's actually really nice. Grab this, that's more souls, and now we're gonna run all the way back to the bonfire and teleport back to firelink level up a little bit more, and then we'll resume at tower on high wall. No. Is it tower on high wall? We will start the next area. Actually, let me see. What's it called? High Wall of Lothric. That's right. Okay, so teleport to Firelink Shrine. Get a sip of your coffee if you have any. Talk to the Firekeeper again.
To Loth. Very well, then take.
Level up to 20, and then I'm going to make a dex build. So I'm going to get my dex to 16, so then I can use the Uchigatana that we just got from our friend Mr. Uchigatana. So stat requirements for this are 11 strength and 16 dex. And I just leveled my dex up to 13, so obviously not enough. Oh yeah, I forgot I have this. Is that enough to level me up though? No. Okay. Well, yep, that is Cemetery of Ash and basically the entirety of Firelink Shrine. So see you guys later. Well, see you guys on the next stream.